the crypto market is swinging back up. Last 7 days, we have coins which are doing fine, 60, 70%, average say 20% in most of these top 10 here. They are performing well, and if you look at the entire market, you can see coins are moving up. You can see the volume, the trends, it's all going back up. Look at the volume. We were kind of going down, 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 but it's slowly increasing and it's steadily increasing. That's the important point there. You see coins doing 40%, 65%. That's actually a good sign to see in the market. And we did talk about this, about a swing in the cryptocurrency market coming soon with the Fed rate hike. Because as we were focusing on this, we knew Fed is going to do this, and what should we look out for? But the problem is, that's one of the video with the lowest views where people don't actually care about the reality. If you have a little bit of hype, a lot of people will come and watch, but only a few will learn. Why? Because they want fairy tales. Now, if you are looking at the market right now, there's a lot to see. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Look at the market. It shows you there is a sign we are breaking higher in terms of price on a 3-day chart above the 21-day moving average and the medium-term trendline resistance. We talked about this. We broke through the first short-term resistance, then tested the medium-term resistance, got rejected. But you see this long wick here? That showed you a lot of people are entering and buying. And now we are slowly going back up. What will give us more momentum is this breakout here. If we actually get a break higher at this point, that is going to be adding another leg, another momentum here. Now for XRP, if you are looking at this is really good to see, like, okay, we are going to retest this range. We are slow compared to a lot of different assets. But if we break above this, now we are slowly grinding back up, most likely up to 0.5, 0.56 range. We do have that in the domain. Why? Because when the entire market moves, here you have Ethereum showing, Bitcoin showing, all of them to the upside. Now, Bitcoin can go up to 28, 30, 32, 33. Because when the market goes down, it goes down too much. And when it goes up too much. That's how the markets work, especially the cryptocurrency market, to be precise, because of the volatility and the higher expectations. Now, there's this Ether BTC. We talked about this previously, which shows. Now, I'm using Ether BTC because I want to look at how the altcoin market is going to perform against Bitcoin. And if you put that into perspective, that's great. Meaning, Bitcoin will move higher. As you observe in the market, it is moving higher. But what happens right now there in the market is that the Bitcoin is moving higher, but altcoins are running even higher. So in the last 7 days, Bitcoin is like 3.5%, 4% to the upside. But you just saw like a lot of altcoins are up 30, 40, 50%. So that's like altcoins are starting to get more momentum. They're starting to get more volume, and automatically they are breaking to the upside. So there's Ether USD showing it can go up to 2,500 before the next big resistance. Now it can be like 2,300 towards 2,500. That's a kind of a range. But as you break through, you're going to see a lot of different opportunities in the market, right? Like this one. When we were coming down, I kind of dropped this one saying, okay, this definitely looks like a retest. And as the market recovered, we went up. Now, if you are looking at different one, this is ETC. We were on $16. Now, this is not like ages ago. There's this month, that's 13 days before, just 2 weeks back, it was at $16. We were talking about this, and then it broke higher. We gave that alert. It's breaking higher. Then, as it broke higher, it went up. There was a retest, a little bit of it, and then it went up. Now, where is it? It actually went higher. It hit one of the medium-term resistance. Now, the momentum is still there. The volume is still there. It will go higher. Now, a lot of assets are showing you that symptoms, right? This is QTM last month. This month, similar time frame to that of EDC, it broke higher, came lower, retested that, and it was bouncing, and I was like, okay, this is happening there, keep your eye. And what happens? It kind of bounced through, it kind of hits a target, it just went through that medium term resistance. So if you are in the market right now, you do have a lot of assets doing this. And right now we are in some trades and they are doing fine. If I go on to look at this, I'm like, okay, they are doing fine. They are still going up on a weekly. Being able to be here in top 10 in your trades is actually a good thing. Now, you don't want to chase that. What you can do better is to look at it in the at least last 1 week scenario. So we were actually talking about quant, right? We discussed about that. We are going to drop to 82, 85. Now we reached there and then we started bouncing. So if you are looking at different assets, you need to first understand what the altcoin market is going to do. And that's why here, as the altcoin market breaks higher, XRP has a higher chance to move higher. Say 0.4, 0.45, it's going to slowly break up. Now, if you actually zoom in on XRP for a 4-hour chart, that's line zoomed in view, it's kind of short term, but if you look at that, you are slowly trying to go up. Your RSI is reaching over extended to the upside, which is like the overbought territory. That is actually a good news, because whenever you reach the overbought territory, you can see this. You kind of stay there in terms of RSI and the price continues to go up, up, up. Now that's 4-hour. Now you take a step back, you go to 12-hour and you look at like, okay, where is the RSI? And it's like, okay, it's 61. You have a long way to go to the upside to reach that overbought territory. So you do have upside on a 12-hour. Now on a daily, 3-day, you have a long way to go into that range. So you do have upside. Here on a 3-day, you're just 46. So 50 is kind of neutral point. So as you break through 50, now you have room to the upside for XRP moving. So that's like around 80 to 100% move in XRP. And yes, with the SEC case, we are a little bit slow, but you're going to see a lot of other assets doing crazy numbers even on a daily, right? That's actually a great thing to see. If you are in the market, that's a happy moment for most of us because we've been waiting so long. Here in the second 100, you're seeing like a lot of coins doing 30% in last 24 hours. Why? Because the altcoins are moving higher due to the Fed rate hike. Now, what is really happening with that scenario, at that side of it? Because if you're looking at the general economy, you now do understand, like, yes, there are issues. They did hike the interest rate, but it's not super high. That's why we were talking about this, right? If they go for a 25 basis point hike, that would be dovish and it would be bullish. Now, we do understand that not everyone goes through the macro, not everyone understands the macro on a proper basis, right? That's one of the reasons why we tried to break it down a couple of days ahead, saying 75 basis point is dovish. Historically, we've been seeing 5 to 10, but I agree on that point. Still, the current inflation is so high, I was expecting 100 basis point hike. They came even lower than that, so they were not even neutral. They were actually dovish. That means they don't want to push it so high so the economy goes down. So now it's not the fear of inflation. The fear of recession is starting to take gains, which means they don't have too much room to push the economy. If they do, it's going to break. And they understand that right now, which means we talked about this from some time. If you're watching this channel, you know what's coming. Stimulus package, reduction of tax, all those kind of free money coming back into the market, and you go next wave to the upside. Now, you can deny that right now, but as the market go back up and you see big numbers, big bubbles popping through, you may miss out on this. Now, this is a weekly stuff. You go on a daily and you are now looking at this like, okay, all of them are starting to take pace. Fine. Where do I have opportunity? Some of them are up 3%, 5%, but just breaking out. That means they have opportunity to the upside to go do a 20, 25% day or even a 50 to 80% week. Because not every day you do 25%, right? And that's one of the big gaining day. So you should be there if you're trading. You shouldn't be moving in and out, missing that 125% day. Because if you do, now overall your ROI reduces and you really don't want to do that. So always make sure there's enough liquidity in that asset which you are entering and the liquidity is increasing. Now that is a key point which we really want to keep in mind as you look at this. That's one of the reasons we actually go through these and try to break this down in a way that that's the important stuff there, right? You get the actual point. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening in the macro side of this. We've been looking at this, right? And this is actually a great news. CFTC commissioner coming out and saying, okay, we need clear rules written down. You do this, you're going to get sacked. You can do these are permitted, right? Right now, SEC is not giving us that, and it's really funny to actually observe what's happening, but it's also painful to see like, okay, only a couple of them actually get clarity and all others are getting hammered. Now, this is one of the important stuff which I want to highlight to you guys. XRP Ledger is getting a lot of attention. The unique number of addresses are at a 2.5-year record, which means the volume is going to go higher. That literally means you are getting adoption, and within that range of adoption, you're also moving in with a higher pace. Now, if you're at 2.5-year high, means a lot of people are interested in this asset. If they were not in between, right now they are. Now, if you look at all these things evolving and you're like, okay, I do understand. It's like people are getting in and you see like the price is down, the activity is at the top. Most likely, these are like people who are buying, and some using for utility. And utility does matter. That's why. Now, if you don't have utility, you wouldn't be buying up assets. Say a housing market. You buy rental property. Why? The price appreciation will be there, but you don't know it's going to happen in a month, in a year, or 10 years. That's going to take long time for housing market. Fine. Now, in between, you can rent it out and take money. So that's a utility with that asset. Fine. So there is a utility in between which can generate cash flow. Here, it's reducing the supply a teeny bit and providing the liquidity in the market. So that kind of gives you the advantage to understand how important this asset is going to be as the bubble burst. Now, the bubble burst is not about the coins with fundamentals. I'm talking about a lot of coins without any fundamentals. They've been going up, they've been holding up. Now, you will see most of them slowing down and not getting enough exposure in this run up. And some of them, without a great project or even without a product outside in the market, as we go down after this rally, wave 2, they're going to get 99% drop. They're going to go bankrupt. That kind of issues will be there. So as you enter, unlike the wave 1 drop, which was painful. Now, I believe that most of you guys would actually agree with me that wave 1 correction, this was painful. So that means the wave 2 correction is also going to be painful. It's going to be really hard. In terms of the general altcoin markets, you really don't want to be riding that completely down, because the difference here is, if you remember, we talked about this yesterday, showcasing that, okay, this is what we are going through. After this, you really want to consider taking some profits, because this time the scale has been big. Long timing, long correction. That means institutions are here manipulating, and you want to make sure after wave 2, if this happens for another 6 months, 8 months of correction to the downside, you take some profits, because wave 2 is the biggest wave. You can be slow, you can make mistake in wave 1, but not in wave 2. And as we go up, make sure we're going to hit this level, we're going to break that. And as we break, that's a new try to the price discovery range, where now no one knows how high this is going to go, but keep your eye on different patterns, different trends, and make sure you know all the resistance and you're taking some profits at or before these resistance. Now, this allows you to take action, to take profits, putting in your dry powder. So if there is a 20-30% drop, you can utilize it, or else you can move it out for another asset class. So guys, if you're receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. And I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.